All right, we have a couple more minutes here. Let's talk about something. Let's talk about throwing out the baby with the bathwater, and that is the federal tax code and the federal tax system. 2 days before tax day, I know a lot of people love to scream and yell and rant and rave and talk about, but it is really ridiculously comical when you think about the tax code and how we tax ourselves and how truly unfair it is.
Yeah, I hate it, and I use it. I mean, I propose bills for tax credits, loan guarantees, et cetera, because I mean that's the tax code right now. But I'm also a supporter of a flat or national sales tax, something fairer, flatter, and simpler. I think you have a savings on paying accountants. You don't have that stress and strain, and really, you could almost eliminate, like now, except for the health care provision, the IRS,
right,
in doing a national sales tax. What's interesting now is this debate upon the tax code. While we're also talking, our debt is so high, we're going to have to add another layer of taxation.
Right.
And you hear people talking about the value-added tax. Now, I don't know if the people would be so upset about the value-added tax if they knew the income tax was going to go away.
Right.
Or it was going to replace this code.
But how realistic is it truly to get a flatter tax? I mean, is it just pie in the sky? I can't imagine we would ever go to that.
We're going to have, have people in Washington this week. I mean, I'm flying back today. I think they're going to be out there tomorrow. They're going to be making the case. It's going to be grassroots. If people start electing folks on simplifying the code, there are four main powerful committees on the House side, and you know that because fortunately I serve on the Energy and Commerce. That's one.
Right.
Ways and Means is the other one. That is the committee. Charlie Rangel, no longer the chairman.
Right.
But that's the committee that writes the tax law. They are very, very powerful. It will be very difficult for us and them to give up that power of being able to tinker with the tax code.
Right. Do you do your own taxes?
No.
I think you should pass a simple law, and you should call this the Millhaven-Shimkus bill.
Oh.
Force congressmen and senators to do their own taxes.
No.
Right? It would be a lot easier.
You might force a lot of members into retirement, which may be another reason.
That's not a bad idea either, right? I mean, force them because it's we don't have time. Quick break. Back in a moment. More calls here with Congressman John Shimkus on the Big 550 KTRS. 9:51. Congressman John Shimkus, always a pleasure here in studio. He always makes a point to come to the studio right before every time he's home, and we always appreciate it, and he's always welcome. We got time for a couple more phone calls. Quickly, John, line 4, what's your question for Congressman John Shimkus?
Congressman Shimkus, I know you sit on the Commerce Committee, and so this is about jobs. The St. Louis Port Authority hasn't been upgraded the last time it was upgraded was in 1968, so it's been over 50 years, and we sit at the apex of three major rivers, which is huge commerce to the part of the United States. Is the committee that you're on going to push for some money to upgrade this port authority? And
John, I'm going to let you go only because we want to give the congressman time to respond.
The nation is $13.5 trillion in debt. I don't think anyone's going. I mean, the answer is I doubt it. I just doubt it that the money's out there to do. In addition to, I would tell you what the best thing for jobs and economy and growth is stop the expansion of big government, healthcare, taxation, and the climate push and all the fear out there by corporate America to risk money and create jobs is really out there.
Let me ask you, you're a big NATO guy. You went to West Point. What are your thoughts as President Obama signs this treaty with Russia for the nuclear arms reduction?
A couple things, and I'm not an expert. I haven't looked at the agreement. I do think it'll be scrutinized. Remember, all treaties have to be ratified
by the Senate. And
by the Senate, and I'm in the House. I know some ultra-nationalists in Russia are concerned about it, which gives me some hope that maybe it's not as bad as I think it is. I believe in mutual assured destruction. I think it's kept us safe. I'm not sure you want to empower states to do other biological weapons and then give them a free chit that we're not going to, attack them if they do a biological attack. So I'd have to be more in the fine print. Reducing 1/3 of our nuclear arsenal when we have quite a bit right now. I'm not sure that's as threatening as making policy of our use. I do like the fact that mutual assured destruction has been a successful policy since the age of the nuclear bomb.
And lastly, your thoughts on Afghanistan, which I know you follow very closely.
Well, it's been curious with Karzai and his comments and the pushing away and the reapproachment. For the president who was going to bring our enemies close, what he seems to have done is pushed our friends away. He's shunned them. He's gone after his Netanyahu and the Israelis, and Karzai is off the camp and now in the camp. I think we better remember that we do need to keep our enemies close, but we need to keep our friends close.
But I mean, troops on the ground, the surge in Afghanistan, is it going well?
Mar Sharif was a successful campaign. Kandahar is the next. It's costly. You have to provide stability for reconstruction and policing. So it's the policy that worked in Iraq. It's the policy that Petraeus and folks have said will be successful in Afghanistan. I have to support the commanding generals in the field.
And lastly, how well do you know Kirk Dillard, our guy?
Yeah, I know him pretty well. Yeah.
We supported him in the primary. He lost by like 4 votes. Did you vote for him? I mean, come on now.
I support the privacy of the ballot, and that's across the board, whether that's for union members or for the voting public. No one should be forced to disclose how they're voting.
He was the first guy we ever supported here on the show, and he lost by 4 votes. So maybe
every vote counts. You keep doing your job. You need to up the amperage or something.
You
wattage here.
Well,
maybe if you could have gone out a little bit further.
I mean, I voted 7 times for the guy. I don't know what else to do. I don't even live in the other state, and I voted for the guy.
It's Illinois.
Congressman John Shimkus, always a pleasure. Safe travels.
Thank you, my brother.
All right, we'll see you next time. 9:55 here on the Big 550 KTRS. We'll come back and wrap things up.